let me show you my seating chart grading app written in Google Sheet. Okay, so here we are in the app. You can see this is my first period, and they had chapter definitions, and it was basically something for me. I just needed to go through and just be able to check, and I just wanted to be able to go desk by desk by desk to be able to do that. So I've got all my roster in here. I'm going to go over my seating chart area, and you can see I've almost got it set up all the way. I can move this around. The seating chart is built for rows of 6 by 10, and you can put students wherever you'd like to as I set them on up. So a white desk represents that nobody's there, so I'm going to finish right up here in front row. I'm going to click this, and it's going to tell me the students that haven't been placed yet. We'll put Terry over here, and then Mark is over here, and then Jim, and then Eric, and then Joseph, and so on. You can see that these are all the people that I'm going to be there. Now you're going to notice that there's a little red tab in the corner here that has to do with the way that I actually have it set up in the seating charts. Now that could be cool and all that I just have seating charts there, but where it becomes really magic is where I start to pull up the Google Sheets on an iPad and be able to grade at the same time. Take a look. So here I've got the app together in my seating chart. It looks exactly just like what's going on in my desktop. That's there, so we can grade back and forth simultaneously. So here I am, and I could be able to, pinch to zoom, pull up whoever I'd like to, and maybe I'm just going to go, down the row and grade. So I'm going to say Maria. I'm going to double tap that one, and then I'm going to be able to add what I want to for her grade. I do the 20, okay, and then what you're going to see, again, that's interesting is if I click over on the desktop, there's 20, and it came back in here. So I'll go back to my iPad, and I'll click on it, and I will say, Teston, he was the next, and he got a 15. He was not complete all the way. And then I'm going to click on the next one, and I'm going to say double tap, come in here 16, and I could just go down the list and so on and continue to grade. And again, however I want to be able to rotate and work through. I'm going to click on Jan, double click, she got a 23, and so on. Victor got a 21. Terry got a 23. Tyler got 13. Tyler was not prepared. John got a 20. Bill got 31. There was some extra points that Bill was able to pick on up, and so on. And as you go through and you can grade, and again it all sits here, it updates into the computer. So if we come back to the computer and you look, there are all the scores that I was looking at, and I could update it too if I wanted to. In here, I could be able to add that. And if I changed my mind, Mary came and showed me something like, okay, Mary, you got a 15, and so on. I can look through that. But here's the fun part: is all those grades that I've got into it so far are showing up here. Okay, but let me show you something that's even more interesting about how I laid out, because in the seating chart, maybe you went through and people were absent and you weren't sure who you graded. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I've got going on in the computer area. So right here, if we look, here's my seating chart, but now if I go to the export pages, we're going to see two different things. We're going to see people who have been graded. We're going to see a blue, which means they are in the seating chart, but they haven't been graded. And then you're going to see a red not graded, which means they weren't in the seating chart. They didn't have an opportunity. So I know they need to go back. The blue tells me who I still have yet, and the not graded means they weren't in the assignment at all. So I could go back and fix that. So for instance, here's Samuel, and I go in the seating chart. Man, somehow I skipped Samuel. He's right here in the seating chart. I don't know why he's there. I'll put Samuel there, and then if I jump back to the export, now we can see that Samuel is blue and he's ready to be graded. The seating chart is supposed to be able to help you so that you can walk up and down the rows, be able to grade on the iPad, and then go back to your computer, and there are all the grades, and you can be able to export it for your, your LMS, or copy it on over. I hope you could see how that makes things easier for you. It did for me.